Hey guys, it's the official after show for the lovely and wonderful Project Runway All Stars, and you don't want to miss it.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
And this is my favourite song right now. No, by Megan Trainor. I thought we had to start off to it today. It is amazing, Michelle. What do you think of it?
It's alright. It's your jam.
It is my jam. And I just want to say, guys, we're getting very, very close to the end. We're episode 9 on season 5 of Project Runway All Stars. I'm filling in again for Miss... this part, guys, this part is music to my little ears. I love it. Oh, amazing. So this episode obviously is episode 9 and was all about athleisure. Before we really get into it and break it down, you can find me on the social media at Dan Babic on Instagram and at Dan Babic on Twitter. And Michelle, where can they find you and buy all your lovely designs?
You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Uberreste, and the website is michelleUberreste.com.
Ooh, I love that. So send us a bit of a tweet. We love a bit of a tweet, and we want to hear your live reactions. So we're going to get straight into it tonight. And usually this is one of my least favourite challenges because I don't like working out. I don't like the gym. I think it's completely unfashionable. But today was called Athleisure, the challenge. It was about making gym wear luxurious and fashionable. Amazing.
Yeah, I have to agree. This was a little daunting for me at first because this is not my thing at all either. But I think as we start seeing the designers bring their ideas together in the workroom, it starts to get actually really exciting for me.
Yeah, totally. And I think I always love what Victoria Beckham used to say when people asked if she worked out, because obviously she's a skinny mini like me.
Yeah.
And she said, well, the reason I don't work out is because
It's not cute.
what would I wear? I wouldn't know what to wear. And I thought, well, boom, boom, bam, because high fashion needs to be brought to the gym and to all those little, make it more fun.
Right, and Alyssa, she wants the designs to be not only you can wear it out casually, but you can wear it out to dinner, you can wear it to a sporting event. She wants it to be very versatile.
Yeah, because that was another thing with tonight's challenge. The winner, if many of you guys don't know, because it's only a new line, Alyssa actually has a line called A Touch by Alyssa Milano, which is an athleisure line. So she wants the winner of this competition to have their design featured in her next collection.
Yeah, and I think we've talked about this before, is we've kind of brought up, why is Alyssa, doing Project Runway All Stars? Does she have any design experience? So now we're finding out she actually has her own line.
That was all part of, that's a bit of insider gossip for you guys. That was all part of her PR team's mechanisms as well, because now she's a mum, she wanted more consistency, and she wanted a business that she can, be kind of in control of her own destiny and fate and stuff, and she wanted to build something for her children, and it's all part of the plan. So her PR team, they hit this hard. They wanted Project Runway. No PR team or no one's people have wanted their client to be the host of this show more than Alyssa's.
Yeah, and I think it works. It's a niche that wasn't filled.
Totally.
So it's, she said, I went to the games, I'm really into sports, and there's nothing cute to wear. Like, I have to wear very boy, cut clothes, and I wanted something cute, and there wasn't anything cute with my team colors on it. She's like, there's got to be other girls out there that feel the same way. So she went and filled that, hole in the market, and that's when you're usually most successful.
Totally. It even brings me back to my favourite person in the world. I always put Oprah into it with the Spanx lady. And for years and years, women used to cut their Spanx. And, and I remember Oprah on her show was saying, they used to show that she was, cutting a Spanx.
Yeah.
And then a woman said, why do we have to cut this? Why can we just not cut them and they can just be as there is? And then she blew up and she filled that hole in the market.
Yep.
Amazing. So, before we really get into it and break down the designs, we do have to quickly talk about Keeny and Sam getting the same white mesh fabric. What do you think of that?
I mean, to me, it's never a thing. Okay, because I've been there, and most people don't even pay attention to what the other designers...
You don't have time, you just got to go.
So it happens, it's athleisure, so everyone's going for the mesh and the neoprene and, the sporty fabrics, so it could have been an accident. I think Ken mentioned he thought that Keeny was just doing it out of spite so he could upstage Sam, but I don't honestly know. I don't think it matters, and then, they always make a big deal about it, and then, you get on the runway and nobody even mentions it. Why? Because it's like you're making a completely different design.
Totally, yeah, because I didn't even know. At the start, I was like, ooh, drama's on. And then when the runway, I totally forgot because they both delivered it in a completely different way.
It would actually be pretty cool if they had a challenge where they just gave everybody the same fabric and see what they do with it.
I'm thinking you need to pitch to the producer. I think you need to give Timmy a call, get off Gun and be like, hey, Gun, I think you need this on, under the Gun or on the next Project Runway season.
Yeah.
Amazing. And one thing quickly which we also saw, which I actually have a lot of respect for him, was Ken was a bit overwhelmed and said, I can't do it, it's just too much today. So he took himself out of the situation because he didn't want to stress anyone else, had a bit of a rest, and then came back the next day and went full force. I
have to respect it on one hand because he didn't want to make a scene, and, well, he kind of did anyway, but he didn't want to influence the other designers with his angst or whatever. And sometimes you do just have to step away when you're frustrated because you just keep at it and you just, you wring your design to death. But I feel like, I don't know if he told the producers or he just walked out or you could just go in another room and take a break or whatever, but I think it hurt him a little bit.
It did, yeah, it did. And we're going to break that down because I thought, do you know what, that's the best thing, because I think sometimes the creative mind, if you're focusing so much, it's actually best, as Ariana Huffington says, is sleep your way to the top, have some sleep so you can get your creative juices flowing and use...
Is that what she meant?
Yeah. Get your juices, well, you can do that as well. That's another good thing to do. I always say, if you can't do it the right way, then do it the wrong way. Do what you've got to do sometimes, but for the creative brain and stuff, work smarter, not faster or not harder.
I was just a little stunned because I was liking the direction that he was taking, and then he's getting so frustrated. And I was like, why? It's looking fine so far. And I feel like it would have been better if he would have realized that earlier on, because it ends up he goes home at the end of the day when he needs that time to finish it.
Absolutely. Well, let's start to break it down. I'm like, can we get some breakdown music, like a bit of a woo, like breakdown like they do for the predictions? I always feel like we need a bit of something.
Yeah.
Are we going to get a bit of love today?
Give us some
AfterBuzz?
sound bites.
That's all right. Oh, there we go. Yes, woo, we're going to get a bit of something. So while we're waiting for our little bit of something, let's talk about the lovely lady that went first on the runway and was safe, Miss Emily. What did you think, Michelle?
I don't know. It was cool. I liked the top. I didn't like the length of the pants. And I don't think it was particularly athleisure. It kind of almost felt like more like a...
Oh, there we go. Now we've got our fashion music. I really like this. Talk with it. Talk with the music. It makes it sound so much better. Ooh.
Okay, so...
Thank you, Stephen.
It just feels like kind of like some society girl is trying to be sporty. I did like the top, but I wouldn't wear it in that context.
And what did you give it out of 10? I'm just going to say, everything you're saying with the background music, you just sound so much more articulate and so much more like an insider. Like, you know what you're talking about. It's so chic. Yeah.
I gave it a 5.
A 5 out of 10. I actually gave it 6 out of 10. What I really liked about it is it felt effortless. It felt modern, it felt sophisticated, and it felt very flowing and different. I think that if you're going to do athleisure, it needs to be luxurious and it needs to be an item that is fresh and modern, but it also needs to be very comfortable and easy breezy. So I love that about that. And guys, I just want to say quickly, last week we had a few problems with the color correction within the TV. And I know, I think we called some blonde, we claimed good old Tinkerbell had brown hair. So sorry, the color correction has been fixed. So I just want to apologize because some of our critiques were not 100% because of the color, but we've fixed it. It's done. Moving on to the next design. Who do we have up next? I think Keeny was on the books. What did you think of Keeny, Miss Mishka?
I like the jacket like everyone else, but it's still a little just basic. I hated the jeans. I hated the rise on the jeans. I hated the length on the jeans. I hated the fit on the jeans, and I hated the belt.
Oh, that belt. Do you know what I don't like about that belt? That's why I could never get into the... I know the boyfriend jeans are back and everyone loves them and stuff.
It's not working here, though.
It's not working. Okay? I just don't like them because that's what my dad wears. My dad goes to Kmart and he buys those jeans and he's had that same belt for years and years and years. So I just can't do it. And then the jeans actually do look a bit Kmarty, especially because in the crotch area they're too big and too baggy.
Yeah.
But that jacket, I love that jacket. I was like, that jacket's 10 out of 10. I mean, that would be a salad.
It's nifty. I just don't think there's enough there, and the rest of the look, how it's styled with it, it's not impressing me at all. Really? I gave it a 7, yeah.
7? I gave it an 8. He obviously won the challenge, which I didn't think he deserved to win.
But they chose him because it's the most marketable.
It's the most
piece.
marketable, yeah, because any girl would wear that jacket.
Any shape or size.
Any shape or
yeah.
size, absolutely. And it was very I felt like it was in that movie, Don't Tell Mum the Babysitter's Dead. Have you ever seen that
No.
movie? And Mum goes away to Australia, actually. Good on down under in the bush where I'm from. And the daughter pretends to be a fashion designer. And she designs a fashion show. And this is in the 80s.
She just pretends.
You know, she just pretends and she
Okay.
gets away, she lies away to the top. And that's what they produced on the movie. Was a bit 80s, a bit 90s. But that jacket, I think, is so commercial. And I do like the contrast with the black, the white, and the red. I think if you can do that smart and that looks great together. But I know why they chose him, but I thought that's not fair because it wasn't the best design.
I thought so,
But
too.
she knows some of the other better designs would not sell because they're too high fashion and they're not marketable for the average person.
I mean, I always question that, okay?
Yeah.
Like, there are people out there that want to look cuter and more sophisticated, aren't there?
Yeah. I mean,
If you make it, maybe they'll get into it. You photograph it, you have to sell it. That's the burden on you. I don't think making just something boring all the time is the best way to market that.
Yeah, well, she's got to be a bit safer because this is her first line. This is her first kind of step into hello in the fashion world. So she's going to take a risk, but I don't think she'd take a risk as big as Dom's A Wonderful Creation. And on that note, let's move on. Let's move on to Sam, the arch rival, with the same material, but obviously displayed it in a very different way. I love it. It makes me even want to play a sport. If I was a girl, I transitioned, we'll do that because that's a bit, that's probably more fitting. If I transitioned, I would definitely wear that dress. How cute is it? I just want to play tennis. I'd be like, woo, so much fun. The only concern was with it that it probably not basic in the sense that the design's basic, but a bit too conventional because I think some of the others were thinking outside the box. But it fits the brief. Athleisure is for people that want to look cute, sexy, very comfortable at the same time, as well as having the fashion element as well. And it fits the brief. It's so perfect on that, but it is not taking a huge risk, but that's what people want to see. So I thought he did a great job. And yeah, I'm ready to have a bit of a swinging, what is it? I can't even say sport words. How do you hit it? You swing it. Do you, with the racket? Do you know what? I'm just going to not talk about sport. I'm going to keep to fashion. So I gave him a 7.5 out of 10.
Okay. I wrote super cute. To me, this is really wearable, and I think you could put it on a lot of different body types. Skinny girls, pear girls,
And I like as well,
plus
what you do is,
size.
I was thinking that as well. Covers the arms.
Yeah.
Because I know problematic.
But just enough.
Just enough so you're still cute. And then it cinches in at the waist because pretty much everyone's got a skinny waist. Thin waist.
Mostly, yeah.
It's pretty hard to get a fat waist.
And I
then
think
it goes
it's
out.
cute with the shoes, but it could also, you could wear it with heels. I don't know, I just think it's pretty modern, and I feel like it met the brief, like you said.
Yeah.
The only couple of things I had written down was I wish there was a neckband of some sort that felt really unfinished on the top.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, I just thought it was just unfinished. I didn't think it needed a net.
And
what was like? Yeah,
a
a bit of
neckband.
something.
It needs
Yeah.
something
Yeah.
because it was totally unfinished. But they wanted feminine, so he added this lace, to it. But I still felt it was conventional, like you said. It's a little bit. I wish there was a little more detail or something to it. It still feels a little commercial, but I think it was definitely up there. I gave it a 7.5.
7. One thing I'm going to mention, which I think is funny and cute, were some of the other contestants. I just get on Sam's back a fair bit, where he purposely does flats because Isaac Mizrahi loves the flat life.
But so does Sam.
So does Sam. I know, because I'm not. Every week would be big high heel, as they call it in Croatian, because I'm part Croatian, a stickler. I like that.
Yeah.
Bit more oomph than a high heel, a stickler.
Sam's always kind of created garments for that girl. He wants her to be comfortable and fashionable. So, whatever. So what if he plays
Yeah,
with the
exactly.
judges? Everybody else plays with the
Think
judges
smart. Yeah,
too.
Georgina Chapman, you could see that her wearing that to Wimbledon.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe not hitting it at Wimbledon, but definitely sitting there looking fab. And now we're going to move on to someone who wasn't so successful in the night, but we still love, Mr. Ken. What did you think of that?
I really liked the idea.
Yeah.
And as it was coming along in the workroom, I was loving it. And then when I saw it on the runway, it definitely fell short. And I think that's because he ran out of time to edit. This fabric just reminds me of the KTC collection a couple years ago with the mesh and the lace.
I can't deal.
Yeah.
Vomit.
And the pockets that he added on last minute were a little weirdly proportioned. I like the idea because it was kind of like a jumper dress with a hood.
I'm still getting. Ugh.
But the proportion of the skirt underneath and just everything, it just wasn't executed correctly. So I gave it a 6.
Oh, you and I actually gave it a 4. It was very, I'm just telling a bit of personal stories tonight. It was very when I first moved to LA and I lived in a youth hostel and had to catch the bus in a low socioeconomic area. Every single girl on the bus would be wearing that.
Yeah.
It was too, ugh.
Yeah, like the teen girls.
Yeah, the cheap Chinese shop, you know, that's really, looked very low socioeconomical. It just... Ugh, I can't even...
A little bit ghetto.
A little bit ghetto. I think when something's so bad, you know, because when something's a 5 out of 10, you're kind of like, okay, it's average. What can I look at? I'm trying to look for the good things. I can't even look at it. Like, as a fashion guy, I'm like, bah.
I just think if you wanted to, I feel like if this was oversized, it would be really cool. If it had a different kind of
I'm vomiting. Oh,
no.
I can't even look. If something's shit, I'm just like, I can't even throw you a bone. Love him though, and that's why I was so glad they.
He was lucky.
He was lucky. His was definitely the shittest by far. But I think Lana, it was just like her. I think she's got the nicest personality in the competition. It's like, how many fucking chances do you get, girl? It's every week. Oh, I'm in the bottom. Oh no, I'm in the bottom. I'm in the bottom. Well, good. About time, you know. Like, we've had the bottom a bit too much.
Learn from your mistakes quickly.
It was like Daniel, remember, from the first few episodes in the bottom. It's like, would you just fucking go home already?
And he's failed once or twice.
Once or twice, they just keep failing. I know. But let's move on to another design. Oh, Lana, she's next. Speak of the bitch. What do you think of Lana's design this week?
Okay, I personally loved the top.
Yeah.
Okay, the top was cool. But the pants, I liked the idea, but they weren't hitting it for me. You take a thick fabric, you add pin tucks into it, and you got like really fat legs. The waist isn't high enough, the length is weird, she just looks short and chubby, and it's not something that I would want to wear, that a lot of women would want to wear. So I liked the top half, and I liked the idea of the bottom, but it didn't mesh together as a look. Like, you got dressed in the dark and you didn't look in the mirror before you left. Yeah,
she looks a bit stuffed into it. Like, she's a model. Yeah. She looks like they just got stuffed her in the dress. Like, like a stuffing you get out of the chicken.
And I feel so bad because she spent like so much time like hand tucking all these little lines into this fabric. Yeah. And then it ended up going home.
Do you know, I liked it better when it was up close because the details, she's a great little seamstress.
That's what I wrote too. It gets lost on the runway.
It does, because I actually liked it. I was like, oh, how did I? Well, on the runway, I was gonna say, I went, this is my my comment. Oh no, this wasn't this was Asha's, wasn't it? Or this was Lana's? No, this was Asha's, wasn't it?
This one, yeah.
Yeah, I said it was Lana's. Sorry, I wrote, what the fuck? That was my one comment.
On Asha's?
Yeah, what the fuck?
Again, I like the idea of the jersey skirt, but I agree with the judges. It was too overwrought with the top and the skirt together.
Yeah.
And it just, I don't know, sometimes her work looks a little like student work to me. The construction isn't very clean.
And the buttons.
The buttons were terrible. I like that. The buttons have to be there, I think, to get the look of the jersey, but the choice of the button makes it look cheap. She could have chosen another button.
I think she's actually the weakest in the competition.
Yeah,
I've got to give her.
Yeah.
And, you know, she's not a weak designer, but in comparison to the others.
Right now?
Yeah, she needs to fucking go.
She's the weakest link.
But up close and personal, I was like, okay, yes, I do see the detailing and all of that. But it's almost like one or the other. You know how they say, okay, you either do you do the bold lip or you do the dark eyes. It was like one or the other. Pick if you want to go for a really dramatic element. If you want to go for the skirt, go for the skirt and then do a basic top. If you want to go for the top, then go for a basic skirt.
I wrote that too. You have to go easy on the bottom or easy on the top. And the skirt, I think, is the focal point. It's the interesting piece. Yeah. So just do something easy. Do a crop top. I mean, you can do that in this challenge. Do a little cute t-shirt with some kind of detail on it or something.
But up close and personal, it did look well. I like the idea. We like the story behind it, but the execution not so much. But I do think it would have looked better in real life because the comments were more favourable.
This looks kind of like a baseball stripper to me. Like,
oh yeah, I like it.
I couldn't see her showing up to a game and be like, hey, and then with her hair pulled up, and I'm just, it doesn't feel like relaxed or like that cool girl.
It's a bit yeah, exactly. Like really cool, you know, from like a really small town going to the college game that she's made it herself.
Yeah.
She's gonna be so cool. Put it on the Facebook, put it on the Instagram. But you're not really a fashion girl, darling, so calm the fuck down. But do you know what? Let's move on to another doll. I'm going to look, because I was going in chronological order and I just presumed it was Lana. So let's have a look. Now we have Lana. Now we have our monochrome moment. I just love saying that word, monochrome. Mm-hmm. Leggings, stunning. Top, all together.
I love the top.
Didn't work. No, see, I like the top, but not
with the pants.
Not with the pants. See, all together. And the model, I feel sorry for her as well. to make that pop when you've got electric blue and monochrome, you need to go with like a blonde model. Like, you know, like a really, like, can you imagine like a really pale blonde, like a Scandinavian with really blue eyes to make the blue pop? And I feel like her model also let it. Can you imagine? I feel like if you had in a ponytail, like the Scandinavian model with the blue eyes, that would have made that pop, and it would have sold the look more altogether. But I think those leggings would sell out if they were in the Nike. But they don't go together.
It's two different looks on the top and the bottom. And the pants, to me, if you're gonna do like this thick fabric with the pin tucks, you have to make the lines flatter her body, not work against it. So
yeah, because you're like, oh, she's got a bit of an odd body shape.
I mean, at least it looks that way with the pants. I don't know.
She doesn't actually have it. She's a model. That's what I'm saying. So if a model
can't look good in the
pants, then what do us regular people have?
Yeah.
And she didn't even look that happy because the model, you can always tell. She's like, she's the model. She's used to looking great. She's kind of like, I kind of look.
Yeah, and I feel like you're right with her skin color. She had kind of the white top before.
Yeah.
And I like the contrast of the white and the black or navy or whatever it is, but I think on this model, just the white with the white would have been a little more fresh.
Yeah, popping, and then the blue, and then, and then it didn't match. It was three different things going on, and then the bottom, the Chinese laundry stunning shoes didn't go with that.
That's always something you have to think about. You can make an absolutely stunning design and your styling can kill it for the judges because you're presenting an idea. And if they don't get it because your styling is off, then it's going to ruin everything for you.
Totally, because that's why it's good us talking, because you're a designer and I'm a stylist. So if I'm looking at that thing, I would never ever put those three things together.
Yeah.
Like individually, the things are cute. Like love the shoes, you like the top as well. I think it's really cool, and love the swear by the leggings. I would tell all my clients, oh my god, go and buy the leggings. They're so cute. I'll get them for you. But all together,
it's not right. And with you have to consider your model and her skin tone and the hairstyle and the makeup and the accessories. Everything has to work because you're trying to convey an idea to someone who can't read your mind.
Yeah, exactly. And it's, even if you've got something set in stone, you have to be adaptable as well. Mm-hmm. So, okay, that particular model, that particular body shape does not work with a particular design of yours. You have to design for them and for their body. And she didn't really put the model into the equation. But then in saying that, it is a model, so she'll look good in anything.
And it really sucks because they don't have that much time to do this. So, her garment probably wasn't even fit. She was working on the shirt the morning of the runway. Yeah. So she probably didn't have enough time to sit down and, actually put
that's an excuse. When you're an all-star, you've got to bring it. So
it's true. It's true.
Yeah. And best of luck to you, Lana. Love her as a person. I think she's the nicest one in the competition.
She definitely is.
Definitely the nicest, but sometimes nice doesn't get you the grand prize, does it, sweetie? So goodbye, but we'll look forward to seeing some more of your work. Let's do drinks, Lana. How about it? Should be fun. I want to move on to Doms. Oh, what did you give it quickly before we move on to Doms?
For Lana, I gave it a 6.
6. I gave it a 4.5. Sorry, babe. Now we didn't get to show our audience before. We've got Ken's back up, so unfortunately it didn't pop up at the right time. But if you guys can see it again, that's what we were talking about. I think it has a bit of a ghetto vibe, a bit low socioeconomic.
Especially with the styling again.
Yeah, the styling, very, very. There was a brand. No one will remember it, called Dada. And it was very in the Eminem times in 2003, and it was very hood vibe, hood vibe.
I can see that.
Bit Dada, but. Something that wasn't Dada, which was, oh my god, it fed my fashion soul. It was my moment of the night, was Doms.
Yes.
Can we just take a moment? Just oh my god.
This was fashion to me. It just walked out on the runway, and even from the front, it looks basic, but something about the silhouette and the way that she mixes fabrics and prints is genius.
That is the hardest thing. Mixing fabrics and print, good, and then, because I was she was just fashion, she was so chic, and then she turns around.
Yes.
I mean, because I'm the black, white, and red. My favorite colors put together, and if you can do that with all the it's
so unexpected, and it makes her a really unique designer because I think it's a very difficult thing to pull off.
Yeah.
And she does it every challenge.
That is her strength. That is what she's known for, is her mixing of patterns. No one can mix patterns like she can.
Yeah. And it's successful. And I love the little headband hat thing too.
And then it's, which I didn't think it needed, but cool. She had the element where you can just take off the bottom. Yeah, how cool is that?
I loved that because I like it short. I thought it was super cute. Yeah. But I also like the length of the longer dress, and you can't really tell she kind of masked it. Like, you could see if you looked up close, but
Yeah.
with the dark colors and everything, and she matched the stripes in the back, you can't really see, like, oh, that's like you cutting off your body with
But
this.
then it's like day and night, because you could go from, okay, very like it's just so mysterious and dark, and then at night you could become almost sexy, and you take a layer off,
Yeah.
it's like boom, and then take that off, put your hair in a bun, or even have your hair down, and then suddenly you're like fun, flirty, and fresh, and before that you were like this dramatic, mysterious Vogue girl.
Yeah, and I love how sophisticated it is, but comfortable. Like, this is just basically a muumuu when you think about it.
Yeah, it is.
And it's just like so like relaxed in the fit, and I feel like a lot of different women could wear this, and it's open on the back where every woman
Do you know what as well? I
wants to
just thought as
show.
well. Not Scandinavian, Middle Eastern. But that's
yeah.
how cool, because that's a lot of people I know, because no one is more into fashion than the Saudi Arabians. I'm telling you, like the Saudi people, they love it. And then like under the burqa, it's full on Armani. It's full on designer. They like the Saudis, they live for it. So imagine get to be chic, and someone needs to kind of come up with that as well. Like bring a bit of, I don't want everyone to wear burqas because I'm a fashion guy, but bring a bit of that vibe into it. Cover up a bit, and you can cover up and still look so sexy, and then you can take it a bit off of the dance floor when you have your vodkas later on. So what did you rate it?
A 9.
9. I gave her a 9.5.
Okay.
It was amazing. Yeah, so good. And then obviously she didn't win.
Yeah, and again, I think it was because they wanted something a little more commercial for the touch line.
Yeah.
But she was the clear winner in my mind.
Totally, and that's the thing, because that's a Vogue campaign, like waiting to happen.
definitely.
Whereas the mass market, I don't think the mass market would buy it, but like that's like an art exhibition piece.
I mean, still, I really think like I would wear this every day.
See, but I think that as well. Like I'm like, oh yeah, I would wear this, and then no one else. I always go into shops and think, how is this making money? But then I realize, oh, I'm not basic, and most people are basic.
I get that, but it's still so wearable in my opinion.
It is. I mean, someone needs. Well, you put it out there. You put out your Athleisure vibe, and you do a line, and you make them very similar to Dom. Get her in on it as well. Do a collaboration, and let's make this shit happen. Love it. But this is a super short show today, because now as we're starting to get down to the final designs and stuff, it's getting less and less and less. So I wanted to put it to you. Who do you want to win? Who are you?
Dom.
Dom. You want Dom to win? Yeah.
Yes.
I'm Sam. I just love Sam. I'm like obsessed with Sam. I think he's so great.
I would be so happy for him, but I really think Dom deserves it over everyone. I feel like she's more elevated than the rest of the designers left in the competition.
I agree. So who are you backing for in the final? Because I'm going for Sam, Dom, Ken.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Yeah, possibly Emily, depending on how we're going to let 4 people go to the finale.
Oh, well, there's a 4th one. Yeah. I like Emily because she's a hidden weapon. She's consistent.
She is, and she definitely has like a more unique take on things than everyone else.
Totally. One thing I am like dying to see, though, a bit of a prediction. Can we? Oh, well, not that we actually don't do predictions for this show, because we don't, the challenge, and we don't know what's about to come up. But my prediction is, when somebody brags about how great they are, like Keeny did this week, and says, I'm the best, I'm so good, the judges couldn't even fault it. They were just nitpicking, and they were trying to find things, because I'm the best, I'm on the challenge.
You sound just like him.
That was a good impression. Guess what? You're putting yourself up for failure.
You really are.
You really are. So I am predicting that you're going to fall, because as we always say in this competition, and in life, bit of a life message as well, let your work speak for itself. If it's so good, we can see how good it is. You don't need to say how good it is. So I'm dying for him to fail next week and get kicked out.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a little reserved about what you see on the show, because I know, how it can be edited and things like that.
Because do you know Keeny on a personal level at all or not?
No, I don't. But, and I wasn't there, so I don't like saying, oh yeah, I don't like him. But from what I've seen, the attitude that I feel from him, it is an air of superiority. And I don't think on a competition like this, you have any right to do that. Like, he's not the best designer there. He's not the best designer in the world. Like, yes, you should be proud of your work. You should be confident.
Have sass like Sam. That's why I like it. Just, sassy Sam. Just,
but,
confidence. Yeah.
If you look at someone, like Dom, she doesn't even talk about like how good she is. She's just happy when she wins. She's happy to make things.
She doesn't need to, because we can see how talented is she. It's like if a money box is full and you shake it, makes a lot. It doesn't make any noise. If it's full, it's not making noise. It's got a few coins in there. You shake it, tends to make a lot of noise. I feel like that's an insecurity of his because I think he can't even compare to someone like Dom. And he never will.
Well, he clearly feels threatened by Sam.
He does, because Sam's a more talented, a younger, more fashion-elevated version and better looking. Bloody much better looking version than good old Keeny.
I mean, I don't know what transpired between them, and maybe it's just a rivalry. But I see the same things from Keeny every week, and I don't see anything kind of new.
Yeah,
and especially even from his season, I don't see anything new. Like Sam, I feel like I'm seeing different new ideas.
You're seeing the growth, I think.
He's not using all the same fabrics from Under the Gun. He's not using all the same silhouettes. Some of them, sure. But I feel like I'm seeing kind of a new side of him, but you can still tell it's the same designer. Keeny, we're looking at the same type of construction, the same fabrics over and over again.
That likes to rip off Alexander McQueen quite a bit.
And yeah, and we've got that. So we're seeing inspiration pop up, from other designers, and I just, yes, that happens in the fashion industry, but that's not something I would pride myself on. Like, hi, I steal other, people's designs, or I, try and copy McQueen, or
describe your fashion line. I charge just as much as Alexander McQueen, but I copy it a little bit and make it not as great.
Yeah, exactly.
Yay, woo, buy it.
And I mean, yes, we take inspiration
Totally, yeah.
from the greats, but that's not a literal translation.
No, exactly. And he's that insecurity, doesn't trust his gut feeling.
Right.
And I don't think because it's that strong.
And so I don't feel like we see anything original from him anymore. There
we go. And I've got a little bit of an announcement. One person that won't be coming back next week is me, unfortunately. It is all good though, guys. I just have to make it right at the end now because I can't name the show or tell you too much about it. But I've pretty much booked a very show similar to Project Runway, which I'll be hosting and being a judge on. So I have to fly to Australia, get the proper visa for it, and then I'm on an island filming it, and then I go to Europe as well to film it as well. So it's very, very exciting.
Yes, I'm super excited for you. We're going to miss you, but hopefully you'll be back next season.
And I'll be able to dial in. I'll be definitely back next season, and it's exciting. And because I gave myself a little bit of a plug, tell us where they can all find you and buy your designs. Because every week more people need to get on Michelle Uberreste's website because she is amazing. So talented. Incredible.
The website is www.michelleUberreste.com. And I do custom work a lot too. So if you have a special event or, I do lots of things for performances or whatever, you can email me and request and let me know your budget and your deadlines.
And all of that, because you've got to have a look, because, Michelle, she needs to have a bit more of a Keeny. She undersells herself. This girl is on another level.
Thank you.
Amazing. And where's your Instagram and where's your Twitter as well, so they can give you a bit of a tweet?
You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Uberreste.
Amazing, guys. It's been a fantastic show. I want to hug Mishka. Give me a hug. Come on over here.
I'm gonna miss you so much.
I know. I'm like, can't I film the show after we do this show? Like, I just love this show so much. So you can find me at Dan Babic on Instagram and find me on Twitter at Dan Babic with an _. It's been a great show to be a part of. I'm so excited for next week, and I'll still be watching and dialing in where I can. And until next time, guys, get your fashion feeds on. Look fabulous. You don't wake up to be mediocre, so shine every single day, and always look your very, very best. Good night, guys.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.